listening. Fox Sports Radio, iHeartRadio, FS1. My hair's a little bit of a mess today. I'm not going to lie. I got a haircut, and I just don't care anymore. I'm living in a hotel for 3 weeks as I move houses. I mean, look, I'm just out there right now making stuff up every day, eating at a restaurant every day. I don't know what I'm doing. It's good to have you in, Joy Taylor. It's great. Joy has been out for a week. She was in, but quarantine stuff, rules, blah, blah, blah. She's back. I've never missed you more.
I missed you, too. I'm very happy to be back.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you.
It wasn't so difficult when we were both doing the show from not here, but it's, inside baseball technical stuff. I'm really glad to be back.
We're great. Glad to have you. So, over the last couple months, the Niners have been leaking stuff and taking shots at Jimmy Garoppolo. We're not happy. We're not happy. We're not happy. And, of course, it's never attributed to John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan. But after about 9 stories, Jimmy Garoppolo's like, I'm handsome, and I'm over it. And now Jimmy Garoppolo has got people on his side. According to Mike Mayoko, NBC Sports Bay Area, Garoppolo would welcome a trade and would waive a no-trade clause. Garoppolo's like, it's funny with Jimmy. The first thing everybody talks about, the first thing everybody says with him is, man, he's handsome. Nobody talks about his arm. Nobody talks about boy, he's handsome. It's almost like everybody out there wants him to play a quarterback in a commercial or a movie, not be their quarterback. But here's the definitive argument, and this is what Garoppolo has on his side, and you can't argue it. Belichick loved him. Kyle Shanahan traded for him. And the Niners, with a great roster, stink when he doesn't start. Listen, we all know there's 6 great quarterbacks in this league. We all know. You can put them in any order. I don't care. Mahomes, Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, and Deshaun Watson. They can win games. They can carry a franchise. And in the NFL, you got to be a top 12 quarterback historically to win a Super Bowl. So those are the 6, and Garoppolo's not in it. The next 6, and I put mine up this morning, totally arguable. I'd go Lamar, Justin Herbert, Derek Carr, Garoppolo, Matt Ryan, Kyler Murray. You could argue me out of Matt Ryan and put in Dak. It'd be fine. I wouldn't lose a lot of sleep on it. My guess is Carson Wentz halfway through the season with Frank Reich will probably be in there instead of Matt Ryan. That's my next 6. Lamar, Herbert, Carr, Garoppolo, Matt Ryan, Kyler Murray. I think Kyler's got a much higher ceiling than Dak. But you could argue Kirk Cousins, low ceiling to me. You could argue Dak, great kid, not a great arm talent. But Garoppolo's in there. And you can't argue. Belichick loved him. He's pretty smart. Kyle Shanahan traded for him. He's really smart. And the Niners are awful when he doesn't play. So that I've never bought into this. Garoppolo's going to get traded. I know y'all think he's handsome, but when the best defensive coach of my life loves him, meaning he sees him every day at practice and he thinks, oh, he could beat a good defense, and the best young offensive coach in the NFL, in my opinion, loves him, and the Niners roster, which is fairly stacked, is awful, they can't win without him, I think Garoppolo's staying in San Francisco. I know a lot of you look at him like people look at the actor Chris Evans. The first thing you say is, God, he's good looking. Don Cheadle, it's like, what an actor. Ed Norton, what an actor. Mark Ruffalo, what an actor. Chris Evans, God, he's good looking. I know, but Chris Evans has to be able to act or directors wouldn't keep giving him jobs. Otherwise, movies would just have models. He's got to be able to act. And Jimmy Garoppolo's got to be able to quarterback because the Niners are awful when he doesn't play. And they have a good O-line. They have a great tight end. They have good backs. They have an unbelievable front. They have active linebackers. So Jimmy Garoppolo fired back. Garoppolo said, listen, yes, I may be good looking, but I'm tired of being told I'm the problem here. Because in my only year of starting, Jimmy Garoppolo in his life has had 1 full year of starting. Let's review. 69% completion percentage, 101 passer rating, 2-to-1 touchdowns to picks. And Garoppolo's tired of it, and he's got a right to be tired of it. So I watched a lot of NBA over the last 3 days. And we are moving into a space before we get to the real exciting NFL free agent stuff. We got some NBA stuff to talk about here. We're getting real close to the All-Star break, which, of course, is the game nobody this year wants to play. So Joy and I have talked about this in the last several years. 3 words, go for it. I watched the Boston Celtics twice over the last 3-4 days. Boston would make an accountant proud. They're frugal. They develop players. They draft well. They're smart. They did everything right. They got the smart head coach. They win every trade. And I watched them yesterday blow a lead to a very average team, the New Orleans Pelicans. And my takeaway is this morning the Celtics are 6th in the East. Their roster doesn't have a legitimate big. Kemba Walker's deteriorating physically, and they don't have enough good players. They've become the Packers. Is that frugal, put their money away, pay off their house. But go look at the last 5 NBA champs. I'll read them for you. The Lakers, they went and got AD. The Raptors, they went and aggressively got Kawhi. The Warriors, they aggressively got KD. The Cavs, they got LeBron and Kevin Love. Heat, they got LeBron and Bosh. That's your last 5. Okay, the Celtics were in the James Harden sweepstakes this offseason. Do you know what Danny Ainge said? The price is a little too high. They were in the Kawhi sweepstakes, and Danny Ainge said, the price is a little uncomfortable for us. They were in the Paul George sweepstakes. They were in the Anthony Davis sweepstakes, and they talked themselves out of it. In the last 35 years, the proud Boston Celtics have a title. Remember the year? They went for it with Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen. The Dodgers were really good. They went and got Mookie Betts. The 3 best teams in the NFL at the end of the year were the Buccaneers, total go-for-it organization. Buffalo went and got Stephon Diggs, and Kansas City, nothing but stars. I know other GMs look at the Celtics and go, oh, they're so frugal and they develop and they accumulate draft picks. They're just not that good. They're just not that good. They need another star. They have no size. They tried to trade Kemba Walker in the offseason because they know he can't play back-to-backs. He's deteriorated. Danny Ainge last week on Boston Radio, to his credit, acknowledged you don't have enough good players.
Our roster obviously is not good. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, and that's who we are. But this team, where we are, if there's somebody to blame, this is Danny Ainge to blame. This is not Brad Stevens. It's not Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. It's like we're not good enough right now, and we all know that. And, we need to get better.
Who beat the Celtics last year in the Eastern Conference Finals? Miami. They went for it with Jimmy Butler, which I didn't love. It was kind of a risk. Butler had been hard to get along with, temperamental, struggles with some teammates, and the Heat got to the finals. And I know Brooklyn right now is a complete tinderbox emotionally. It's going to blow up eventually. But right now, this morning, they just went 5-0 on a road trip without Kevin Durant. They've won 6 straight. Between Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, they're offensively virtually unstoppable. And so, Boston for years, they did everything right. It's so Packers. The right coach, the right draft picks. They win every trade. They developed Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, who have some limitations, but they were so patient, and you don't have enough good players. They're not going to be able to beat Milwaukee or Philadelphia in the playoffs because they'll get owned by Embiid and Giannis's size. They're not offensively gifted enough to beat a Brooklyn. And Boston's one of those teams, you always know your team is kind of limited in any sport when they have to play a certain way to win. Like if this team doesn't play exactly how it's scripted, like, they always say baking is just following directions. Cooking is kind of artistry. It's making it up as you go. The Celtics are in the baking category. Like you have to follow the directions of Brad Stevens perfectly or they can't win. And in the end, congratulations on being patient, saving money, being frugal, and winning trades. It's not that good of a basketball team. You don't have enough good players. Brooklyn in an hour is suddenly better. All right, Big Ben, former teammate now, a legitimate guy, is now calling out Big Ben. Top of next hour, Colin right, Colin wrong. I think it's my favorite Colin right, Colin wrong in months. I really like it. All right, Jersey Mike subs are now in as a sponsor of the herd. They feed the crew every Wednesday. What's not to love? convenient, clean, contactless pickup from their app and their online orders. The key to Jersey Mike subs, there's several. Number one, their authentic bread. Baked fresh daily in all their stores. Also their juice. The vinegar, the olive oil blended to perfection. The meat stacked piled high, cut fresh every day. Lettuce, tomatoes, nothing packaged here. Everything fresh every day, sliced. Just order through Mike's app for no contact delivery or no contact at the door pickup. Jersey Mike subs. Be a sub above.